Hello everyone, it is Overworld, so welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach, and today I'm bringing you guys another episode of the Boom Beach base review, in which I review your bases to see what we can help you with, because essentially that is what the series is all about. Now if you want to be having a chance of getting your base featured, all you have to do is go to the comment section down below, fill in the template I got set up down there, just copy paste it and fill it with the information I'm asking for, and then you're automatically entered. So that being said, let's get started with the first base of today, and he happens to be in my own task force. You know, my task force viewers usually are on my watches as well. I actually lowered the requirement to 300 victory points, so if you guys want to be going out and join in, then now is going to be your chance. We still have like 13 slots remaining, and if you want to be getting better at the game in Boom Beach, then by all means please join in. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that being said, we'll take a look at my officer called Krish, and let's take a look at what this base is all about. So starting off, he currently has a headquarters level 20, which is pretty good. He has the final headquarters level for what he can right now to level 59. Let's go over the essentials. A weapon lab being level 5, an armory level 20, a radar level 20, and then the vault over here also level 20. Nice job on those. Then over here you got your gunboat 20. Every single landing craft seems to be level 20 as well. Your sculptor is level 8. Let's go over your statues as well. It's a pretty important situation here. 31, 31, 38, not bad. So your masterpieces are definitely there. You have a power stone chance 72%. And do you also have a resource ward? I cannot seem to find it, because I do see some guardians here. Oh, here at the left side. It is, oh my god, a 50% max out. Yo, Krish, I gotta give you some props for your statues, dude. Like, they're really amazing. So, well job on those. So, let's actually go over the defense here. So, what we're seeing is some rocket launches at the side here, covering both sections perfectly. And what at the back that isn't really that far behind the other two rocket launches. So, they're covering everything really nicely, at least until the front of the headquarters over there. Then, are there any prototype defenses? I do not notice any. So, obviously, that's going to make your defense a little bit weaker. Alongside with that fact, you also got no ice statues, and we already noticed that your victory points, your medals, aren't really all that high. As you already told us, you have been dropping down in victory points, and that as a result of that, you're probably not going to be encountering bases that are that powerful, or people that are going to be taking down your base that easily. But still, I want to be taking a look at everything that you got going over here. So you do have your boom cannons maxed out, and this final one is going to max. Your rocket launchers are also maxed out, but the rest is all really low level, and I think as a result of that, you'll be getting taken down relatively easily. Also, the fact that you got the boom cannon and the shock launcher together may form an issue. So that's something that I feel you should take into consideration. As a matter of fact, if you drop a shock bomb right where the shock launcher is, you have the chance of actually getting the boom cannon both and the regular cannon. Now the regular cannon isn't at high level, but against tanks and medics, all of the heavy hitters must die, right? So that's something you should definitely take into consideration. If I were to be in your position, I'll perhaps drop something like a shock blaster at least. And the reason for that is simply you don't have a lot of victory points, and that will honestly really make you not lose any more victory points, or at least get your, get enough resource to upgrade your defenses, because that's what I feel you're doing right now. Or you don't have any prototype defenses at all, and you simply just want to drop medals. That is fine as well. Consider you're in my task force, I just gotta say, try to keep it up a little bit at least, because otherwise it will look ugly if you have like 200 victory points, while the rest at least has like 400. So take that into mind. As far as upgrading goes, if you're done with your boom cannon, I would highly encourage you to upgrade maybe your cannons or your flamethrowers, depending on what you're getting attacked by a lot. I would assume around this victory point area, a lot of warrior attacks are gonna be occurring, and it's actually rather easy to dodge the mines that you got ongoing. I do like the spreading for sure. I kind of feel that the mines at the side here are kind of overkill though, so I would like to see those a little bit closer towards the center of your base. But as I already mentioned before, if someone drops a barrage here, then they're going to be getting rid of all of these high level mines over here, and yeah, they won't be getting taken down because of that. But you still have some boom mines at the headquarters. So I kind of feel that will cover up for it though in this particular situation. So that being said, Krish, you have a nice base. Keep up the good work, and just make sure you upgrade your defense a little bit, and then go back up into the victory points once again. That being said, let's move on to the second base of today. Alright, so the second person we're going to be taking a look at today is called Evro, and he's in the task force called Critical Damage. I really think Critical Damage is a cool name for a task force. It has that ring or that tone to it, but he's level 49. He's the co-leader with 549 victory points. So we're going to be taking a look at what his base is all about. So what we're seeing is a damage amplifier. I'll get to that a little bit later in the defensive part of the review. Headquarters level 20, and you are upgrading your sculptor right now, and it's going to max. So that is a nice upgrade to be having. Let's go over the essentials. An armory that is level 19, not too bad. I see your second shock launcher has been built, which is also pretty nice to see right around there. Over here, the vault is kind of behind. I recommend after you're done with the sculptor that you upgrade your vault, because you don't want to lose any resources if it isn't necessary. The radar's level 18 is relatively nicely leveled up. Then everything over here. Gunboat level 18. So in this particular scenario, I'll be like, depending on your playing style, if you're a little bit more defensive, go for the vault. If you're a little bit more offensive, max out your gunboat energy, because gunboat is honestly like a really awesome upgrade to do. Landing crafts 17, 16, 16 and 15 over here. So after you're done with your vault and your landing and your gunboat, I would say upgrade your landing crafts to at least like level 17 for that additional warrior. If warrior is like your forte, then go right ahead and upgrade that. And then I'm assuming that in the future we're gonna be seeing the weapon lab getting up to like level 5. But first, the most important things should be upgraded. Let's take a look at your statues here. So I do see one eye statue because you have some additional health. I'm assuming it's like near 30. It's 28, so they're not too bad. 73 power stone chance, that is almost maxed out. That is awesome. 47 resource ward, also almost maxed out. Gunboat 36, it can go up to 42, so you still have some time to go, but 36 is already pretty good. 32 troop damage is what I consider good, and then the 30% troop health is also what I consider good. So your statues are pretty boss, my friend. Alright, that being said, let's take a look at your defense. So what I like in this, what I just saw, is you have your damage amplifier in here. I'm not sure if you should have a shock launcher in there. You could maybe swap it out with like this boom cannon over here to make it do additional damage, or maybe even the rocket launcher over here. Now rocket launchers with damage amplifiers is a great choice, so I really like that you got this ongoing. Not only that, the spacing in between everything is really nice. There's 2 squares in between the rocket launcher and the damage amplifier and another rocket launcher, so that is really great. You will never, or maybe only, no, I don't think you will ever be able to shock the both of them in one shock, and that's a great thing. Now you do have the ability to shock the shock launcher, but that's a story on itself. But you know, it's okay. I actually do really like this, and it makes the damage amplifier definitely a priority for people to take out in this particular setup. So I really like what I'm seeing there. Something that I don't really like is the amount of machine guns that you're having in the front there, because I honestly feel around this metal area, especially because the warrior attack strategy is so fierce, have them covered around the headquarters. That's honestly what I feel is going to be working out in your favor in this particular situation. But yeah, also over here, I feel that this is some sort of a weak spot here, because you're able to grab a lot of free gunboat energy over there, and there's not a whole lot of coverage there, with the exception of those rocket launchers, which will always be there regardless. But you do have a boom cannon there, but I have the feeling people are just gonna be shocking these two at the same time, or either take the both of them out. Just in overall, these gunboat energy is up for grabs really rather easily in comparison to like the left side or so. So that's something you maybe want to be placing some mines here and there. Maybe you want to be getting that sniper tower or this sniper tower at the back, place that in the front there, so that way you have that additional coverage. I feel it would honestly work in your benefit. And you can even go as far as to place the sniper tower in the middle over here where the vault is, for instance, because people are not really that likely to waste gunboat energy on a sniper tower. They're really likely to use that gunboat energy on a boom cannon or a shock launcher or a damage amplifier or shock blast or anything like that. Really those buildings of high value. When it comes down to defense, I would say this base is about decent. There's a couple of things here and there that doesn't really seem to overlap all that well. I mean, this sniper tower literally has almost no coverage from anything else besides the rocket launches, which kind of causes it to be some trouble there. Because that brings me back to my point, you're able to access all of these relatively easily. Machine guns not gonna be doing a whole lot because usually you have like heavies passing by or tanks, and machine guns are ready for like the Zukas or the rifleman or usually the warrior attack strategy to kind of counter against that. So that's something you got to take into consideration. And overall, when I take a look at this base, I feel that there isn't a lot of pressure in the front, and in the forefront you really want to be trying to take down as many units as you can, so that way you can finish them off towards the end. Over here, I do like that you got a shock launcher over here, but yeah, actually the one thing that I do like about this base is it's still, regardless of the machine guns not being at the headquarters, there still seems to be somewhat of a protection against the warriors because you got the mines placed very nicely, and that's something that I noticed in your base. I think the mine placement in your base is actually well done, so I'm not really too worried about that. Other than that, I don't really got much to add on that. I kind of feel that you should be working on overlapping things a little bit better. Sniper tower, cannons, boom cannons, rocket launch. Make sure that they kind of overlap together to give that extra triple layer of defenses whenever people, for instance, are gonna be targeting this area over here, or maybe even attack from the left side or something like that. Damage amplifier, definitely a plus there. You got my thumbs up for that. That is really great executed, but maybe because of that in the center over there, you may not be that likely to defend the forefront even a little bit better than you already got. What I can advise you to do, maybe, is to shift all of this, maybe, a little bit closer to the headquarters and have these, like, the sides and stuff protected by, like, this boom cannon. Like, get the boom cannon out of here and place it a little bit more into the front of the base. But yeah, that is your base review, Ifros, just pure suggestion based. So, see what you can do with this and see how the defensive logs are gonna be telling you whether it works or not. That being said, let's move on to the final base of today. Okay, so we have arrived at Storm, and the person we're looking for today is Mr. Plo. He's level 35, he's an officer with 274 victory points. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this base is all about. So over here in the back you have a headquarters level 15. It's a nice level to be at because you got your tanks and your medics and of course your smoke as well. So congrats on making it that far into the game. But I want to take a look here at what is essential. The vault is nicely leveled up, cannot complain about that. Armory as well. The radar's also up there. The sculptor level 5, that is for sure decent. Gunboat level 15, very nice job. Landing crafts level 12. It's a great thing. They're on the right level for what they are right now. So nothing much to say about that, right? Okay, so let's take a look at your statues. 23%, 16, 14, 20% guardian, 12% troop health, 25% troop damage. You're still looking for that gunboat, and I'm assuming that masterpiece for the resource award. You obviously will be getting those into the near future, but for now your statues are actually pretty well done. Now there's a problem that I have with this base, and that's honestly I feel that a lot of the things have been placed randomly inside of the base. I do notice that you have been trying to blend some certain buildings within the base, but in overall it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when it comes down to the way people take down a base like this. First and foremost, I would advise you to get up to headquarters level 16 as quickly as you can, and the reason being is of course that additional landing craft, so that is a given, right? But so try to advance on there as quickly as you can. Your defenses are really, and I mean really low level right now, so they won't really do a whole lot. But if you still want to try to defend against people attacking you, you want to at least have like a decent base. But if you really cannot defend against anyone and people take you down regardless, then at least try to take down as many units as you can, so that way you are going to be having some diamonds as an intel, as a kind of like a exchange, you know. So try to take that into consideration. So what I would change on a base like this is first of all the mines. I would make sure that those mines over here will be placed inside of the base, so that way it's gonna be doing a little bit better, right? Especially against the warrior attack strategy, which is I think very much occurring around this metal victory area. People are gonna be using the warrior attack strategy, and listen, there's no coverage on the headquarters as well at all by either flamethrower, machine gun, or the mines. So that's gonna be an issue, I feel, and I feel you can do something about that. But right now in this current state, anyone who is at least a little tiny bit decent with the warrior attack strategy is not gonna be getting any casualties at all when they're fighting this base. So that's something to take into consideration. What I would do in your position is I would shift these two boom cannons and place them a little bit more into the forefront and have them cover like the sniper towers and such, and have these cannons in between, and just make sure that every single storage and everything is in the back, so that way you don't really have to worry too much about it, and make sure that your base is a little bit closer together. I feel there's so much space in between everything that it makes it hard to defend. And that's a bad thing. Like it's always good to spread everything out, but if you spread things out too much, what you're also going to be getting is that there's going to be a lot of gaps in a base like this. And a good example of this is the left side. Over here you have this boom cannon, and you see this little passage over here. Like, there's a lot of units that can pass right through, sneaking past that boom cannon, and the only thing that will really hit is a sniper tower. A cannon is not even gonna be hitting past this passageway. So where I'm going at is there's only like 1, 2, well, maybe this one not even. 1, 2 defenses that are gonna be hitting you if you're gonna be attacking the left side, and that's basically what I'm talking about here. So you can do either one of those two things. The first thing you can do is make sure you get everything towards the shore and make a shore base, so that way you are really safe from people taking down storages and stuff for free gunboat energy, and have your forefront really nicely protected with highly offensive buildings like sniper towers, cannons, and boom cannons. That's one thing you can do. The second thing you can do is just chop away all of the trees as you can, and then try to make like either a corner base or a base in the back, because I honestly feel those will be working a lot better than they are right now. Now, there's one thing that bothers me even more, and that is the fact that you got this rocket launcher in the back here. There's honestly no purpose to place that there. Place it inside of your base, because it's gonna be the central point of attack. It's gonna be attacking everything it's gonna be seeing, and that's the main purpose I feel of the rocket launcher. In the back of the base, by the time units arrive in this section of the base, the attack is already over, and the rocket launcher won't be able to contribute at all, and won't be used with the maximum amount of potential that it actually has. So I really feel if you're gonna be making a change, at least, and I mean at least, place that rocket launcher inside of your base and swap your mines around, so that way you at least have some coverage inside of your base against the warrior attack strategy or anything else like that. Yeah, that's honestly, I just feel this base is like just really put together, like, oh, let's place this one here, and this seems to be good for that. You know, you can also look online for a couple of base build guides, and pretty soon I'll be starting over, and I'll make a bunch of, for every single headquarter, I'll make a base that hopefully will help someone out there in Boom Beach. So yeah, that is your base review, Mr. Plo. I hope this helps you out. I hope you get something out of this. Most importantly, this left side over here, it requires some work, because it's so easy to pass through, and you see over here, all free gunboat energy up for grabs for someone who is willing to take it. So that being said, we're gonna be wrapping this video off here. I'll be back again very soon, in like 3 days or so, with another Boom Beach base review. So until then, you guys have the ability to submit your bases in the comment section down below. And yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure that if you guys like this video, to boom, give it a thumbs up. And that being said, this has been Reverse for Boom Beach. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.